Hey guys, welcome to my channel. So today I'm going to share with you some of my tips and tricks that I like to do to basically just feel really good about myself and to really treat myself like number one. And I don't know if you're anything like me, but I'm the kind of person that sometimes I let everybody else and everything I'm else doing kind of get in the way of, you know, putting me first. And you know what, if you don't look after yourself, who's gonna look after you? And as Beyonce says it, you know, I got me, myself and I in the end. Women, we always put everything else ahead of ourselves, and I think it's so important for us just to kind of stop, you know, take a moment to breathe, take a moment to treat ourselves and just really do the best by ourselves. So the first thing I like to do is to create a vision, and usually to create a vision I will basically do mood boarding, but I know lots of people use the term scrapbooking, which is basically exactly what it is. And I know this might sound a bit juvenile or a little bit, you know, old school, but I think it's really imperative to kind of give yourself a visual idea of what you want out of life. And you know, as they say, without a vision the people perish. And I'm the kind of person, I'm not ashamed to say what I actually want for my life. If I'm going to be number one, then I need to be honest with myself about what I want. And that might be from the things that I want to the things I want to experience, to the places I want to go, and also how I want to feel. So I currently have on my mood board a Maserati, because, you know, it's like, why not? And I'm not even a car person, but I do like things that are beautiful. And there's a channel I watch on YouTube called Yanamize, and he basically just wraps cars in like different colors, and I find it so aesthetically pleasing. But I will, you know, cut out designer items that I like, things that I can only aspire to have, because I'm not even close to having those things right now. But it's nice to kind of think to myself, you know what, if I put this in front of me, I might be able to manifest these things. But not only material stuff, I like to do things such as places I'd like to go, food I'd like to eat or to cook, experiences I want to have. And the thing about making a mood board is that it takes time, and it means that you've got to turn everything off and get everyone out of the way and focus on you and your vision and make yourself number one. And I think when you do that, it just kind of hones you in, centers you, and also just gives you, I don't know, like kind of like, it's like a pep talk. I find mood boarding a bit of a pep talk for myself. So the next thing I like to do is to eat well, and you guys know that I am a foodie. Food is life. Food makes me happy. If I'm going somewhere, I'm only going if there's food. You know, I'm that kind of person, and I realize that loads of us are so busy and we end up eating out all the time. And so one of the key things that I realize about myself, that eating well makes me happy, or eating good food regularly makes me happy. So recently I have begun meal prepping, and not kind of in that kind of gym freak way, like I've only got to eat certain calories, but what I've kind of done is try to organize my meals for the week to ensure that I eat as much veg and good food that I like on a daily basis. Because a lot of the time when I get in, or when I'm at home, the last thing I can think about is cooking and chopping and all that stuff. It's long. So I've started basically on the weekend just chopping up and preparing all the stuff that I want to eat later on in the week. I'd normally leave my vegetables and just chop those up and give them a rinse and put them in airtight containers, and then for each day I can bring those out and put them either into a salad or a stir fry. And then things such as rice and pasta and noodles and anything like that, I can basically cook from fresh. And I find that if I know what I've got to eat and I don't even have to think about it, I feel 10 times better. I don't know if it's just me, but like just knowing that I've got food and it's good and it's tasty, I love it. The next thing I like to do is obviously to look after my skin. And for those of you who know, my skin has been the thing that I really have enjoyed kind of transforming. And then with all these hormonal changes and stuff, like it's gone from good to amazing to oh god to okay, we need to work on something. And for me, I like to have a very simple skincare regime, but I do use acids once in a while, not like acid, but like glycolic acid, lactic acid. But I also like to use things that are quite gentle on my skin as well. And I noticed that when I'm not really taking care of myself or treating myself like number one, my skin goes all the way downhill. And I think so many girls can relate to that when they're busy or they're tired or they're focused on other stuff. Stress causes their skin to break out, but also lack of treating your skin well. I'm working with NIVEA in collaboration on this video, hey, and I will say they have a new range of gentle cleansers which are really amazing. When I say they are gentle, they are so good for sensitive skin, but not only that, they're really effective as well. The face wipes are great if it's a long night out, and we've all been there, you know, where you're tired and you just don't want to do a full-blown regimen. You're just like, let's get a white face wipe out. But it's amazing if you can get a face wipe that is gentle but effective and good for your skin as well. I do suffer from skin that is quite dry at times and quite sensitive at times as well. So for me, just taking those time each evening to kind of wipe down my face and use a good cleanser that is gentle and effective is really important to me. And then on the weekends or once a month, I can give myself, you know, a more extensive treatment to really keep on top of the kind of skin that I want to have. The next way that I've been treating myself is, like, number one is by focusing in my body. And everybody talks about exercise and blah blah blah, and I've done exercise videos like in the past, but you know, I'm not gonna lie, like, it is really hard. It's really hard to stay motivated. It's really hard to stay fit. And you know, you see these people who are like at the gym every morning, like doing 4K runs. I'm like, just like, who are you? Like, who does that? I'm in my bed. But like, it does make a difference. So and obviously, you know, since having a baby and stuff, my body has really changed. So what I've done is I've actually enlisted the help of a personal trainer. And I used to like kind of look down on personal training, like, who needs that? It's just a waste of time. But it's made so much difference to me. However, for most people who just can't get a personal trainer, one of the things you can do is find a gym buddy. So that might be a friend or a family member or a boyfriend, someone who you can work with in the gym who's going to motivate you and push you. And it's a great way to make going to the gym or exercising not such a tedious thing. Videos of like these women who've had body transformations, I'll link them down below. And a lot of people were doing, it's either like Run Fit or CrossFit or something like that, and they basically get together as a group and they just run like 4 to 5 times a week. And to see the transformation that some of these women had was amazing. And the reality is because they had that support of people helping them to really get their body to where they wanted it to be. So the final thing I like to do is to practice mindfulness. And I am a very spiritual person, and I know that mindfulness is different for every single person, and some people don't even see it as a consideration. But there are stats to show that people who meditate or people who pray or people who take the time to be reflective are happier and more confident. I've had times that I've been so busy and I want to run off and do this, and I just end up being a horrible scatterbrain. But there's nothing like just taking, be it 10 minutes to half an hour to even 5 minutes in the morning to stop, be reflective, and just, you know, have gratitude in my heart towards my life and my experiences makes all the difference. And of all these things, if I was going to say just to try one thing, is to give yourself 5 minutes in the morning before you jump out of the bed, before you pick up that mobile phone. Just be mindful. So guys, those are some of my favorite tips for treating myself, like number one. And obviously you don't have to do all of these, but you know, just taking one or another is really going to make a difference to you. And I really feel like just doing simple things like this make a difference to me. So guys, I hope you enjoyed that video, and I will catch you later. Bye.